Good evening everyone, welcome back to Tom Plays EU4 for Absolute Beginners. We are back with England and we are attacking the Isles. So we're just going to go for a straight attack. Pick Lothian as the cause. No one's willing to join in, that's fine. Let's go. And Liege is being insulting. Send you straight in. And down here. So it looks like they were still having problems with uprisings. But yeah, just want to send the armies in and take their armies down first. Bring the ship back up. Okay. Have to decide how much of a siege to actually do with the bigger army. Might leave a smaller army to do most of it. Oh, good grief. Right. That's fine. Right, so we formed our first new colonial nation, which we're calling the English West Indies. Oh, good griefing, because I think that other army was heading for us. Right, so where can we get down here? Nowhere too obvious. Right, let's go here. I count on having our navy back in time to ship the army over. Yeah, I thought they were heading straight for our army there. That's fine. Actually, nah, let's not worry about it. Looks like France is going to attack that ship. Nope, he is, and they look a little under-equipped, so I'm going to send our colonial navy over, at risk of letting this navy escape. I would rather not take any risks with British ships being destroyed. And France have made landfall. Gosh, they're pretty keen these days. Already at plus 200, but I'm also distracted. So I'm going to improve relations with them and Britain anyway. Well, really, it would make a lot more sense to improve relations with the newly formed colonial nation. Now, is this actually going to make progress, I wonder? We'll check in on it in a while. More interested in what's going on at the Isles at the moment anyway. But yeah, this is going to be very easy. Especially seeing as France are actually helping. This is one of the points where I start to question whether we really want all of our trade ships going to port when there's a war, because this one is completely unnecessary. And of course is going to cost us some money, but at the same time I don't think this is going to take too long. Head over and help France with that siege. And I'll probably send this army back to help the colonial army with this one. It's not showing much. Oh yeah, they're not making any progress. You can kind of tell because right at the bottom it says the next siege phase is in 18 days and it's not moving. So that basically tells you that the army's too small to actually do anything. The one thing it is doing is preventing any new armies from forming. So it's worth it just to that. But the siege is never going to finish until we bring a more equipped army down. Oh, there's Brittany. Brilliant. And the siege of Vienna Hebrides. Okay, well, I don't think we need this army anymore, so I might just send them to London. So we're already on 99%. Let's see if I can chase down these ships. See if I can get it to 100. There's every possibility we can just take everything, but I'm going to have a look at what it suggests first. That's okay. It's over. 100%. Right, so if I do a suggest demands, so it's not giving us everything. It looks like it's giving us all of Ireland, but we can't get everything. And apparently I can't send a demand because I have no diplomats. Right, but I might accept that as it stands. Where are my diplomats? There you go. France and Brittany, of course. Question is, do we want to shift it so that we don't eliminate Munster, but get more of the Isles? On the other hand, maybe Scotland will attack the Isles if we don't do that. I'll just take what demanded. It's fine. Okay, brilliant. So, our new colonial army can now move. We have fulfilled that mission, Conquer Ireland. So that's giving us better production, which is good, and we don't actually have Scotland, of course. But we're getting there. And the fact that we've stuck with suggested demands, I don't know if we could have gone any higher, because that required a war score of 99. So we needed 100% to actually even take as much as we did take. Usually we're better off trying to settle it, although on this occasion, seeing as we happen to have an army really close by, I might just be unfair, side with one family, and send the army to deal with it. Anyway, that was fine, off to a good start, and we've got an uprising in our colony. That ain't good. rather than taking the new colonial army across, I'm going to go and pick up the existing one, because they'll be in better condition when they get there. Unfortunately, we may find that our colony has been damaged before we can actually do anything, and let me just pause because we're up to our limit again. Looks like military power. So just going to up London a couple more times. There we go. You have enough supply limit, don't you? 27. Yeah, I think we've got 26 in our army. Yeah, 27 in that one. Crest privileges. Okay, they will gain some land back, but we will gain 2 base tax, so it's worth it. Should be permanently worth it now, because having got those 3 agendas that I usually like to get in place, we'll hopefully always have vastly more crown land than 30, because we'll just keep going up and up and up. It's fine. Oh yeah, one thing that did happen last time is I was confused as to why I couldn't build a manufactory in London. Pretty sure it was a technology thing. Yeah, you see here my next technology is called textile manufactory. So if London's appropriate manufacture is textile, which it looks like it is, we wouldn't be able to build a manufactory there until we've got that tech level. So we'll be able to build a manufacturer once we reach administrative technology 11, which will probably be a while away. But until then, no manufacturers in London. Yeah, this isn't good. Probably going to destroy the colony. Not much we can do about it though. That's been discovered. Not much we can do about that either. We could make some more claims on Castille here. How far down has that taken us? Quite a way, I think. Okay, so try to save this colony. I don't know what effect it will have on our army that the ships are already damaged. I think I gave them the conquistador, so best I can do really. And then we need to look at the new colonial nation. Peasants, I'm pretty sure France can handle those. Sorry, just thinking about what actually happened in history. French presence, yes. What could go wrong? But yeah, it's probably a little early for that. Right, so we've got this new colonial nation. We should... even though they are subject to us, we should improve relations with them. Because they still have an opinion, and... being British, I am very aware of what happens if one of your colonies has too low an opinion of you. So yeah, they'll show in our subject screen now. So there are a specific type. We've got the full list now. We have a junior partner, as in personal union, we have a vassal, and we have a colony. So the colonies do give us money, and they also give us trade. So we are going to end up being very rich. They will also help us in war. So yeah, I think the main difference is that we've no real way to integrate them. I think we're stuck with them as a colony. Whereas the other two, in theory, we could integrate. Although with France, it'd probably take like 100 years. So I have done that in the past, but I'm probably not going to bother. Mostly I just wanted them to fight on our side and to not be in our way, fighting against us. Okay, so in theory, this colony can colonise on its own. So if you don't have a lot of money, which usually means you're playing Castille or Portugal or one of the other colonial nations that's a bit smaller, you would usually not abandon the Caribbean at this point. You would carry on making colonies. Because we're rich, I feel it, he says happily, I feel it makes more sense to abandon the colony but start giving the colonial nation money directly. Unfortunately, we can't actually do that. I'd usually be doing subsidies. No, but yeah, now I'm questioning whether I should be doing some colonising. But we'll see, because at the moment we're still making cores. Although we actually weren't making cores, but we are now. But I imagine that's pulling our money down quite a bit, as well as the 2 loans we have. So we'll just see if it calms down. Let's give it a bit of time. Let's just see if we can fabricate any more claims. Have we lost any? We have. Right, well, let's take that one. So we don't want to let our manpower get too high to the point that we're wasting it, although it has gone up a bit now, as will presumably our force limit have. Yes. So if our armies are usually 27 strong now, ideally we want our navy to be able to take 27 people. So we need 3 more transports, which we can now happily build. And we also ideally want to make another artillery. Because I kind of like my armies to be interchangeable where possible. Makes things a little easier. So one thing we could do is just go up and take Perth immediately. I just wonder whether there's any chance of them fighting Inverness. Inverness? Fighting the Isles. So maybe it isn't worth it. Because they do have claims on them, and now in theory Scotland is a 1 province nation. The Isles seems to be a 3 province nation, so I'm not sure why we only seem to have claims on 2 of the provinces. Interesting. We don't get one on the Outer Hebrides. Oh, maybe that's because it's originally the property of the Isles. And we only get claims on Scotland. Interesting. Right, well, fair enough. I'm going to improve relationship with Austria, just to be on the safe side, and let's spend the time on it. Start coming New Zealand. Got some particularists which France can deal with. Too many military leaders. Okay, so we can only have 2 now. That's because our power projection has fallen below 25. Apparently all that conquering we did didn't affect it as much as I would have thought. Okay. So we should probably work out which is our least important. Mind you, we keep getting too much military power anyway. But then better to plough it into London, really. I think maybe this one is the least good. So let's give him the boot. Okay, we've lost all our conquest claims against Holland. So we need to start eyeing them up again. Really need to get our money sorted now. Trying to work out. Oh, I see. It's because I've allowed us to get so much corruption. We're rooting out corruption so fast that our money is getting crippled. Okay, so let's lower that a bit. I mean, the corruption may still be causing problems anyway. But at least that's made it a little less extreme. Right, seeing as we're not in danger of having an uprising, let's mothball the forts for now. That should help get things a little more under control again. And then hopefully the rest we will do once we finish coring some provinces. Aha! We can now form the British nation. So I generally do this. It's quite ironic because, of course, while I think historically we did at one point call the country Great Britain, Great Britain is this island. You know, as opposed to Brittany, Little Britain. So we don't even rule all of it. But hey, let's call ourselves Great Britain. Changes, I would go with changing our getting new traditions and ambitions. It seems to have given us some new claims, which is good. Haven't really checked out what the differences are. Union, city on a hill. Okay, more settlers. Parliament, less unrest, and technology cost. Oh yeah, Royal Society, that's good. Have we lost a diplomat, I wonder? Oh dear. Or rather, have we lost one of the diplomatic relations we're allowed to have? I think we possibly have. I think England had 6 and we have lost 1. That's fine though, because we weren't able to vassalise Scotland anyway, or at least it wasn't worth it. So we're just at full, which is fine. It's all fine. Okay, next diplomatic tech. Now this is interesting. The Spanish Square diplomatic tech makes a huge difference to your military ability. So it might be a good time to attack someone once we get this. Even though it seems insane while we're trying to recover from the last war. Let's just eye everyone up. Not this time down again. Yep, let's take it. And that should bring a difference in our infantry, which is why it's such a big deal. Yeah, Gaelic works for me. That should give us quite an advantage over anyone who doesn't have military tech 12 yet. So if we look at Liege, we will have to fight Austria. Is the only problem. Although to be fair, it's almost bound to happen at some point. Well, we've got Castille, where we'd have to fight the Papal State and Portugal, but we also get Austria on our side, which should handle the Papal State. We've got Aragon, in which case we're fighting Burgundy and Siena. Which admittedly looks a little easier. Brabant will be fighting Austria as well as Burgundy. Did remember to set this actually building, didn't I? Yes, I did. Good. Just checking. Right, let's give you the Conquistador because you need it more. Tech levels 11. Kind of feel like this is probably a good time to attack Castille, honestly. Bribes, let the matter drop. Thinking about it, we should. Honestly, we're having so many issues with our money. I'm almost wondering if we should try and do something money-wise, but then diplomatic reputation is probably more useful for this. Yep, see, I think I need to stop being cowardly and just go for it. So let us unmothball our forts, get our troops into position, and take Castille on. Unfortunately, it does mean our colony is probably going to get stomped, but it shouldn't actually matter because Castille is going to freak out when we start taking their homelands, so we can probably make our colony a little bigger anyway, until they start to have the upper hand. Future conflicts. So yeah, realistically, I think we're going to be fine. If Austria's willing to join in by the time we hit the button, we've got a bigger tech advantage than you'd think, having just reached tech level 12 while everyone else lags behind. And we've got France and Brittany backing us up. So, now or never. I'm going to say with Kaya because we have a claim on it. Okay, let's head over there, try and help France. Oh right, I was just thinking that's quite a fleet for Austria. Austro-Hungary, of course, not just Austria. We really could do sailing through here and trying to make life difficult for them. In fact, can we do a patrol? There we go. So this button here I think means that they'll start patrolling back and forth around here. So not quite as good for gaining money from blockading them, but should be better for making life difficult for their ships. It looks like Austro-Hungary may be able to handle the Papal State themselves. So if we can handle, as in the navy as well as the army, they can definitely handle the army. So if we can handle the Castile and Portugal navies with ours, this? I mean, it looks like we can right now. And they're running away, which is usually a good sign. Just how many people are going to join in. Do I need to hastily pull my army out of the siege? Oh, hang on. We've got friends joining in. Okay, brilliant. Don't need to. That is fine. Rebel uprising, Hebridean separatists. That's fair enough. How many? 9,000, right, so the colonial army isn't going to be able to sort them out. That's fine. Absolutely fine. Ah, what the heck. Okay, apparently that didn't work. Never mind, let's help with a siege. Still losing money. I'm going to have to watch this. I'm going to end up with a huge pile of loans, which is never fun. I thought Portugal were trying to slip by us then. Nobody would matter that much. They really are heavily outnumbered right now. Okay. It's unfortunate, not much we can do about it. At the moment, was kind of asking for that. That's what you get for starting a war straight after last one. Hang on, what's going on here? Not that one. Nope, apparently neither of them is anywhere near. Grief. They're going to be way too late to help. See, France has the right idea. Attacking the capital in Toledo. It's like our navy is happily destroying everyone. Is what we like. No point playing as England if you can't completely crush everyone's navy. Oh, that's interesting. I'm leading right now. Actually, I might come to regret that. No, we're fine. Thinking that army is now sufficiently damaged that our colonial army is probably enough to take them down. So it's worth a try. Could make all the difference. Explorer would probably have been handy for that, but never mind, we won anyway. Okay, sounds like we need to head straight back. Yep, we do. But I'm hoping that will have given our colonial nation the edge they needed. I just wish I could give them some money. Until we get these loans paid back. Still, this'll help. Finally. Okay. Navy still marauding? Yes it is. That's good. I suspect there isn't much left of their navies anyway. Maybe we should go over and deal with the Papal States Navy now. Let's land you in Girona. Temporarily. We could make more money, of course, if we blockaded someone properly, but a lot of ways I'm keener to help our allies right now. Lost an advisor, a military advisor, that's not good. Let's get this +1 with discipline, because that will help our actual war. And Toledo has fallen, which should have caused a big jump in the war score. I wasn't watching personally. Bohemia are over here now. What's the Papal State doing? Oh right, they've been utterly, well not utterly crushed to be fair. Okay, finished calling Desmond, that is good. Really need to think about dealing with these Hebridean separatists. Okay, the Pope wants peace. No treaties and they'll give us some money. I wonder, is there any way to get them to concede one of these lands to France? No, but I can make them concede it to us. That's tempting. And if I just fill in the rest with money, as much as we can manage. 500, alright, okay. Should I try to take more? No, we can't. It's alright then. Excellent. Another piece of land we can use to strike eastwards. I did wonder if I should have gone for the coast one, but it's not like we can't reach that land anyway via France, and... Is Florence part of the Holy Roman Empire? They are not. I should start building a spy network. Okay, brilliant, so we no longer need to deal with the Papal fleet, which is good. Commonwealth wants help against the Ottomans. I am going to say yes. I don't like it. And we've got a military coalition. Well, just for taking that one piece of land from the Pope. It's a little harsh. Okay, right, so that's another war I didn't particularly want. It almost makes me wonder if I should finish the Castilian war off. But then the two wars kind of go together. Oh, good grief, they're back. Might actually do an explorer this time. Oh. On the plus side, apparently that counts as a crusade. Now what we do need to do is deal with these separatists. This could get tricky. Please tell me the Commonwealth's actually winning. Well, it looks good so far, at least. In some ways, I'm honestly not that keen to cut this war short just because another one started, because who knows how long that one will go on. So we may as well keep ours going. Obviously, I'm a bit worried about the whole coalition business, but at the same time, even Castilian lands are a long way away from the Holy Roman Empire, which I think is where the coalition is. Okay, I need to watch this. Those two armies are a bit big. So if we try and limit what lands we take from Castille, I'll lose the prestige, thanks. I imagine I'm going to gain some anyway. And try and take most of them over in the Caribbean. Hopefully it won't upset people too much. That's good. Although we've got to remember the coalition, so maybe maybe not. Right, fabricate claim on Mallorca. Oh, brilliant. Yes, alright. You're all upset. I understand that. Necessarily need that now. Let's try to improve relations with Aachen at least. So, yeah, whoever's the papal controller has called for a crusade against the Ottomans. So, because we're now at war with the Ottomans, we actually gained a bunch of benefits, which is good. Actually helps us a bit in our war against Castille. And it does look like the Commonwealth is winning, which is also good, because it should mean that we don't have too difficult a time. Our manpower's getting a bit low, so it'd be nice if we didn't have to have too much involvement in this war. But on the plus side, we're absolutely stomping on everyone here. In fact, let's see if we can get some peace from Portugal. We can. Probably just be money. We need to pull someone out of somewhere. Oh, we can fabricate another claim on Aragon. So if I just do, I don't know, Barcelona, stop building a spy network. So I think we've got 4 claims now, which we may never get to use because we need to worry about coalitions. But once we get the diplomat back, we'll make peace with Portugal, which should rob Castile of a lot of their support and give us some more money. Okay. afford to do too much right now, so I might just make a second one in Louisiana. Speaking of, we need to bring this army back if we possibly can. Before there's an uprising. Oh, there was an uprising, but Castille has conquered it. Actually, Portuguese Columbia has conquered it. Okay, maybe we shouldn't bother. Maybe we should focus on freeing our colonial nation. Because I'm not sure we can actually defeat the army they have down there anyway. While we are at it, let's pay back some loans if we can. Repay multiple loans. Try and help matters a little. What are we dealing with? Right, so Portugal's no longer an issue. So I think it's just Castille now, and we have 91% war score. Probably pushing it further than is worth pushing, honestly. Still, fairly close to taking the castle anyway, so may as well hang on until we've done that, and then, yeah, we are out of manpower as well. Let's take a bigger army and move it onto the ships so that we can take it straight up to deal with the uprising. Okay. Right, what can we have? Right, they'll give us those free, and they'll concede the whole of colonial Caribbean. Whoa. Okay. Okay, uprising first. Waited for far too long to put that down. Military access for Palatinate, yes please. That will hopefully make them less likely to attack us. Yeah, I'm not surprised there's a coalition. We just took the entire colonial Caribbean. Grief. Yep. Definitely not a problem. Right, so this province has gone straight up to 10, so we've gained another merchant. Not what I was expecting, and we need to move our army back over here immediately to deal with that. We've got a colonist on the way, so we won't have a colonist here, will we? So that could be a bit of an issue. Might have to keep an eye out for it if we have any uprisings here. But yeah, that's good. Actually, I might want to bring one of the big armies over because I'm expecting uprisings here, so might need the help. But before we do that, let's deal with this. Thinking about it, we could bring the colonial army to look after the colony at least. Okay, that was more than I expected. I didn't actually expect to take the whole of the Caribbean, more or less. So we probably don't actually need to subsidise these guys anymore, give them money, because... Oh, repay all loans again. Because generally by the time you reach 10 provinces, you're pretty much independent. It's just the uprisings, so we need to send one of our armies over and spend a few years putting down uprisings for them, once we've put down our own. If nothing else, we can at least look after that last colony. That's going to be costing us quite a bit of money. But we'll leave it for now. And I ideally want to move you back over here. Do we want to put down Castille's zealots? Not entirely sure we do. Okay, so let's fabricate a claim. There's only one we can fabricate anyway. So we stop building the spy network. So we have a coalition against us, so we do want to calm things down again. Much as I would love to take some land from Florence while they're excommunicated. So the excommunicated means that you don't really need claims. And also, while Conquest has got 100% of everything, this excommunicated ruler has better stats, so people won't mind as much if we do it, and we'll get more prestige. So it is very tempting. Would have to fight Burgundy though, and they are in a coalition, so yeah, we can't do it while the coalition exists. Might be in danger anyway. Okay, so probably don't have to think too much about the trade. If we just look at the trade screen, I would argue that we should definitely send the trader to the Caribbean now. It's probably going to be much more valuable. So Caribbean, you see they've come higher up the list. The list roughly indicates the value, so you can use this as a guide. And we're going to transfer trade power. So what I'm hoping... Yes, fine. Just got political again because we need to take this last screen. What I am hoping is that this will reduce our deficit considerably, especially bearing in mind that we've got very high colonial maintenance right now. So it might take a while for the merchant to arrive, that's the only problem. Does look like we've paid back all of our loans though, so if we can just get to the point where we're making money again instead of losing it, we might be in a pretty good position. Aberdeen, that's good. Okay, there's the merchant. So currently going to transfer trade, but nothing is actually showing until the end of the month, and that is when we should see the difference as well. There we go. So it's still not a huge amount, but it will get more. I'm not worrying about all these occupied by Ottomans because I know they're miles away. I think they must just have been attributed to us when they were taken by whoever took them, but it isn't really our problem. Yeah, so the reason why the Caribbean is important, oh good grief, is that if you look at it, there are a whole bunch of trade streams coming in. I think that's 2 combined. So 5, I guess. And they're free going out, so there's lots of choice as to where they get directed. So Castille would want to direct them along this stream to Seville? whereas we prefer, at the moment at least, to direct it to Bordeaux, from where it will go to Champagne, from where it will go to the English Channel. Because I don't think there's a direct English Channel route. We could go via Chesapeake Bay. So that might become an option. If we put a merchant in Chesapeake Bay, we might find that this merchant starts directing it that way instead. But we will see. As it stands, it's helped us with our money a little. Let's get back to political. Once we finish a colony again, that will help even more, because at the moment we're suffering quite a bit for having too many colonists. Well, too many colonies, not too many colonists. And it would appear that we didn't send the colonist out for some reason. It's odd. There's a colonist there. Did we? Oh, we must have lost this one when... Right, fair enough. Send him here. Must have lost that one when Castille took them over. Is this a conquistador? It isn't, but it could be. Let's see if we do a little bit of exploring while we're here. And once the colony's finished, they'll probably discover the lands either side anyway. But I might just try to find them. So normally I think I go for Panama and Darien. I think Panama has a port this side and Darien has a port that side. Not actually sure. Oh, looks like the port's this side for this one, which is good. You have to be very careful with these, because if you try and send a ship to land at one with the port on the wrong side, they'll try to sail around South America and you will lose all of your ships. So, always worth watching out for. What have we got? Might have a Scottish separatist uprising. Yeah, not a huge surprise, honestly. In fact, kind of makes me think maybe we need to keep our army. Okay. Oh, I remember this. So we can make her an advisor, which I'm very tempted to do. We can make her an admiral. Or we can just release her prisoners and gain prestige. We don't really need the prestige right now. I mean, she would make a good admiral, but as an advisor, we do like skill 2 advisors. Save him, doesn't cost very much. So even though we arguably can't afford it, I'm going to push the boat out and hope for the best. Our costs should come down a bit once this does. Can Aberdeen take this? Aberdeen can take this. Okay, brilliant. Right, so no uprisings over here yet that I know of. It looks like we're about to have one in Scotland, so... Oh, you get this sometimes. I think it's a bug in the game. Surprised they've never fixed it. Maybe no one's bothered to report it, but because I never have. But yeah, sometimes when ships stop for war, even though they're theoretically protecting the trade nodes still, they don't take off. So you can reassign them if you like to see them moving around. I've suddenly realised that's not a bug, we're still at war. I'm putting so little effort into the Ottoman War that I'd forgotten it was happening. So this is why I thought we needed the army. Scotland can probably field quite a few separatists. Munster separatists, not as scary. Welsh separatists, but we might still need the army. Doesn't look like there are any uprisings coming in the Caribbean, which surprises me, considering how much of that we took. I suppose the longer it goes on, the more things will calm down as well, just like a coalition. That one that I'm blithely ignoring, which could still seriously destroy us. So to back up, right, so this tends to happen for every colony multiple times. I'd have a sort of general rule that I tax it the first time and leave it be the second. That's probably excessively cautious, but I do want to keep the colonies on board. So we're going to tax this one. But from then on, for that particular colony, I will probably just leave it be in future. What's the Siege of Shervan? I am not concerned. Finished coring Avignon. That's good. Still losing pots of money though. What would happen if we moved our English Channel merchant to the North Sea to transfer trade power? So this should get worse when he leaves the English Channel. There we go, so that's him leaving the English Channel. We're going to gain 6.75 ducats, because that would be good. Or have we already got that and it's gone down? Because if it has, we need to move him back quickly. Oh no, hang on, no we don't, it's gone up. Apparently I've forgotten how negative numbers work. Okay, so I think that is actually better. So I'm going to leave him there. We've got 62% of the trade power now anyway. Presumably as we've taken more land. Okay, right, so Royal Marriage with Brittany. May as well. Coalition. Let's work this out. Scotland. Not too worried about Scotland. I am worried about Burgundy, but there's nothing we're going to be able to do to make them like us. So let's improve relations with Cleves. Administrative or military. Ooh. Well, we don't need the prestige, and I don't care about government progress, so let's take the army and navy tradition and the military power. And Berlin has died. It's okay, I think we made up most of the prestige we lost anyway. Back to the coalition. Berg. Okay. Improve relations with Berg. Oh, brilliant! So this is like the next step, I think, towards a junior partnership. Not really sure how useful that actually is when they're our vassal anyway. But yeah, we just did the royal marriage, and we're going to have one of our nobles. Going to have a Tudor on their throne, which is good. So yeah, take that von Habsburgs, because they're renowned for controlling the entire world by marrying them all. Okay, so final coalition member, Liege. I don't think we can make Liege like us. Or Holland, probably. Galera is possible. Right. So that should at least help us with the coalition. And I think... oh, let's replace Anne Boleyn. We don't have a cheaper +2, and we are low on money. So let's do global tariffs, which should at least increase our money a little. Half tempted to reduce inflation. Still, maybe we'll think about that next time. We're still going to improve matters a bit when this goes down. Possibly even... I don't think... oh no, that does goods produce modifier, so even as the war exhaustion goes down... oh no, it's not going to go down, is it? Because this blooming Ottoman war's still going. Crying out loud. It's like, in a lot of ways, because they're our ally, I want them to win. so I don't entirely want to pull out. But at the same time, I'm entirely happy with how long this has been going on. I'll tell you what, let's at least send the Navy to cause them some issues. Least I can do. Maybe I should just even send an army. No, I can't get through. Well, I can. I suppose I could land an army in Morocco. Maybe I'll think about that for next time. So we should really leave it there. Gone quite a bit over. But yeah, reasonably happy with that, as long as the coalition doesn't attack us. So that would be our third coalition of the game. I do tend to find that happens a lot when playing as England, or Great Britain as we are now called. Slightly bizarrely, as we don't in fact rule all of Great Britain yet. But we will. So yeah, on the plus side, this coalition isn't actually that scary. I think the only really scary member is Burgundy. Although I'm sure Castille will join it as soon as the truce is up. But that will give us time for our aggressive expansion to go down. I think it was taking this papal land that really upset everyone, but it was just a good opportunity. And I'm still tempted to take advantage of this excommunication thing and take Florence. But we need the coalition to end first, even if it starts a coalition back up, because otherwise Burgundy will drag a bunch of other people in and it's just going to get horribly complicated. But yeah, the colonising is going better than I planned, since we took all of Castille's lands in the Caribbean. The only problem now is where are they going to colonise next, because they will doubtless start somewhere else now that they've conceded the Caribbean. So we need to find out where that is and start competing with them. Oh, I better send you back actually. But I would still very much like to get Panama and Darien. However, we could probably leave Louisiana. In fact, we'll have to leave Louisiana here because there's nowhere else you can colonise. Everything else has to be conquest, which we can certainly do, especially if we move an army over here for uprisings. It's just we have more uprisings in our own area at the moment. So yeah, we'll see anyway. Quite a lot to think about, but for now we need to calm things down, hopefully get our manpower back up. I don't know if we're actually helping the Commonwealth at all, because it does look a little bit like the war. Oh, I was going to say it might be turning against them, but they've still got some quite big armies actually, so maybe not. And I suppose the one advantage we do have is that we've got the crusade bonuses while we're in this war. So even though it's affecting us badly for war exhaustion, it's also giving us some benefits, so I don't actually know if we'd be better off pulling out or not. So yeah, maybe I'll consider going and attacking Morocco. Maybe take some of the heat off them. If nothing else, we're about to do the Navy. And it looks like France might actually be poised to cross into Morocco, so maybe when we do take this Navy out, they'll be able to cross over that little X bit there. We'll see, we'll find out next time. But I think that's actually gone well. It's, yeah, wasn't expecting to get all of that. Wasn't expecting to get quite so many of the Castilian lands. So we're making some good progress there. We might need to ally Portugal again, thinking about it. Yeah, we do, because they joined in with Castile against us. I don't particularly want them as an enemy right now. I wouldn't mind having them as an ally. Again, at least until we've got a land border with them, so we can start making claims on them too. Yeah. Definitely don't get anywhere in this game by being nice. Anyway, on that note, I think that's gone moderately well. We'll just see how the aftermath goes. Well, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.